Were you previously shown States Exhibits 19, 20, 21, and 22?
Yes.
And are those photographs that the ATF, or that you received back from the ATF, of those cartridges and the cartridge case?
Yes.
Did they have the same appearance and etchings that you saw when you observed them removed from the gun?
Yes.
And did those photographs accurately capture those etchings?
Yes.
I move to admit States Exhibits 19 through 22. What are we looking at here in Exhibit 19?
This is the cartridge case that was recovered from the gun.
And what position was this in the gun?
This was this is what was in the chamber.
Okay. In the chamber, meaning that's where a cartridge is before or when it is fired, correct?
Yes.
Do you notice an inscription or an etching on this cartridge case?
Yes, I do.
Will you read what that says?
Yes. Notices bulge.
And if we can go down to page 2 of the exhibit, will you read what this says?
OWO, what's?
And to page 3,
This.
and question mark, correct?
Yes, question mark.
All right, if we go to States Exhibit 20. Is this a photograph of one of the cartridges that was found in the gun?
Yes, it is.
And what are we looking at here in this view of page 1 on Exhibit 20?
This is the head stamp of it, and it says it is according to the head stamp, it is a Remington 30-06 Springfield.
Is that a different caliber than a .223 round?
Yes, it is.
Will you look at page 2 of Exhibit 20? Will you read the markings here?
A fascist.
And page 3?
Catch.
And page 4?
Up arrow, right arrow, down arrow, down arrow, down arrow.
All right, let's go to Exhibit 21. And was this another round that was found in the gun?
Yes.
Will you read the inscription here?
O Bella Chow.
Page 2.
Chow chow.
All right, let's go to Exhibit 22. Another round that was found from the gun, correct?
Yes.
Will you please read the letters here?
If you read.
Page 2.
This comma your, or correction, this comma you are
Page 3.
gay.
And page 4.
LMAO.
All right, after processing the scenes there at Utah Valley University in Orem, did you go to St. George?
Yes, I did.
And what was your role in St. George?
My role was overseeing the execution of the search warrants at both Mr. Robinson's residence as well as his parents' residence.
And we've had testimony that Mr. Robinson was arrested there. Was he fingerprinted and his DNA taken?
They were actually taken at the Utah County Sheriff's Office jail.
After he was transported to
Yes.
Utah County? Okay, you said that there was, were items of evidence collected from him after he was arrested?
Yes, there was.
From his person? What were those things?
They were his clothing that he was wearing at the time of his arrest, to include shirts, pants, underwear, as well as shoes and anything that were in his pockets.
Do you remember what tops he had on?
I believe it was a maroon top.
And was there any other top layer that was collected that you recall?
I don't recall.
Okay. Let's go to, you said there were a couple of homes that were searched there, is that right?
Yes.
Whose homes was that?
One of them was where Mr. Robinson and Mr. Twiggs resided, and the other was Robinson's parents' residence.
I want to ask you about the defendant's home. What items will you describe some of the items that were collected from that home?
Yep. Some items collected in that home were a Dremel tool and its bits container, as well as two Remington boxes of 30-06 ammunition, as well as some 30-06 cartridge cases, and a handful of long guns or rifles, a revolver, as well as a burned paper.
All right, I want to ask you about clothing as well. Was any clothing collected from the townhome?
Yes, there was.
How about shoes?
Yes.
What kind of shoes?
2 shoes were collected from the home. One was a Converse shoes, gray in color with white laces, I believe a size 10.5. And then another Converse shoes that were also gray, but had gray laces instead, but were of a different size that I can't remember.
I think you said that you collected boxes of ammunition. Do you remember what caliber that ammunition was?
Yes, there are a handful, but the one that I recall was 30-06.
And you also said you found some cartridge cases. Do you remember what caliber those cartridge cases were?
Yes, those were also 30-06.
If we can display just to the witness Exhibit 23, do you recognize Plaintiff's Exhibit 23?
Yes, I do.
And is that an accurate photograph of the cartridge casings and some of the bullets that you found?
Yes.
I would move the admission of Plaintiff's Exhibit 23. As that's coming up, where did you find these?
I found these in what we would consider the spare bedroom, right next to Tyler's bedroom, on top of a safe.
How do you know which bedroom was Tyler's bedroom?
We determined that based off of some documents we found in what we believe was Tyler's bedroom, such as mail that was addressed to him, as well as some school documents as well.
And again, in relation to, will you describe the layout of the house in that area?
Yep, so this was on the second floor. As you're coming up the stairs, if you turn the left up the stairs, you're going to run into 2 bedrooms, and that is on the south end of that residence. The southeast bedroom would be Tyler's, and then the southwest would be the spare bedroom. Again, if you go back to the stairs and you make a right-hand turn, that is where you're now on the north end of that residence, and that is now Twig's bedroom.
And where were these items here in 23 found?
These were found on the southwest, or in the southwest bedroom, the one right next to Tyler's bedroom.
And you said on top of a safe?
Yes.
Okay. Will you describe what we're looking at in Exhibit 23?
Exhibit 23 are the 5 cartridge casings we found on top of the safe, all were 30-06 Springfield caliber, and one of them had an engraving that said "test shot" on it.
You've talked about Springfield, Remington. Are these 30-06s? Are they the same type of round as was found in the gun?
Yes.
All right. Did you find any 30-06 weapons in that house?
No, we did not.
All right. Did you search the closet on the first floor?
Yes, I did.
What did you find in the closet?
In the closet, we found on the ground some shooting targets with perforations in it, as well as on the shelf, we found a Dremel tool with bits container.
All right, a Dremel tool with bits. What is a Dremel tool?
It's basically like a handheld device where you can make etchings or engravings on things.
What are bits?
Bits would be I guess like a sharp edge or something that would actually cause the etchings that you would put into the tool.
Is this kind of like a drill bit?
Yes.
And what did you do with the Dremel and the bits?
We photographed them in place, took additional pictures, packaged them, then sent them for testing to the ATF.
All right, you also mentioned targets. Were those targets photographed?
Yes, they were.
I want to show you on your, and have you reviewed Plaintiff's Exhibit 25 before?
Yes.
And is that an accurate photograph of those targets that you found?
Yes.
I move the admission of State's Exhibit 25.
Mr. Burt?
No further objections?
All right, I note the standing objection, and those objections are overruled.
And
Stacy,
Excuse me, sorry.
oh, well, did you want to, in regards to publication?
Yes, I'm so used to admission before publishing. I would move to publish those at all 3 levels. Will you describe what we're looking at here?
Yes, so these were shooting targets we found in the closet, and each of them have have perforations in them.
You say perforations, what do you mean?
Holes in them.
Those holes consistent with?
Objection. Foundation on this opinion?
Mr. McBride, do you want to weigh in upon that objection?
No, I'll submit it. I'll lay foundation if the objection is sustained.
I'll sustain the objection.
All right. Holes. Have you ever shot a gun before?
Yes, I have.
When you hit a target, what happens to the target when it's hit with a bullet?
A hit with a bullet, there's holes in there, what we call perforations, because there's a entrance as well as an exit.
Looking at State's Exhibit 25, I'm going to ask the question that was objected to. You said there's perforations in those. Are those consistent with bullet holes?
Yes.
And I would ask you to describe where those perforations are there's 3 targets here, right?
Yes.
Let's look at the far right target first. Where are the perforations in relation to the bullseye?
They're all probably within the 7, 6, and 8 ring.
Is there a perforation up at the upper left-hand corner of that rightmost target?
Yes, there is.
Do any of those hit the bullseye?
No.
Okay, looking at the center target, will you describe where the perforations are in relation to the bullseye there?
It is closer, but still not it. Most of them are to the left of the bullseye in rings, let's say 9 and 8.
All right, and then the leftmost target, will you describe where the perforations are there?
Yeah. The perforations are actually closer to the bullseye as well, actually one being in it.
All right, you described also collecting a burnt note. We can take down 25. Thank you. Will you describe where that note was found and what it looked like to you?
Yeah. The burn note was found in the trash can located in the kitchen. The way it looked like to me, it looked like, say you're at like a campfire and someone burns paper.
What was done with that?
That was also collected and that was sent to the FBI for analysis.
Was it photographed?
Yes, it was.
And have you reviewed State's Exhibit 24?
Yes.
Is that a photograph of the note?
Yes.
I move the omission of Plaintiff's Exhibit 24.
Mr. Burt?
No further objections.
All right, and to publication?
I move to publish at all 3 levels.
All right, I'm going to note the standing objection by defense, overrule those objections. And State's Exhibit 24 is admitted into evidence and may be published in the courtroom and may be captured by the media camera.
Do you see here on the screen Plaintiff's Exhibit 24?
Yes, I do.
It looks like as to the evidence tag, it's actually upside down. Is that right?
Yes.
Does it look like there's any writings on that note, on that burnt paper?
Yes.
Will you point that out for the judge where the writing is?
Yep.
And describe what you're pointing at, kind of the general location on the image?
Yeah. So the part that I'm pointing out is the paper that you can still see the lines in them, and as well as some handwriting as well to the edge, the left edge of that piece of paper.
All right. Have you also observed the image of a note that was recovered from Lance Twiggs' phone?
Yes.
And I'd like to show you side by side Exhibit 24. And there on the left, you see there on the left, we see Exhibit 24. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
And on the right, on the right is 24, on the left it's 16.
Let me stop you, Mr. McBride. I'm not sure, is this being broadcast?
Let's take that down. All right, you've mentioned that you sent several items to the ATF and the FBI for testing. And did you receive reports back from both of those entities with results of their testing?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to show you on the witness's screen only right now, or counsel's screens, Exhibit 30.
All right, while you're doing that, Mr. McBride, and also, could we go ahead and take down State's Exhibit 35? I know it's just in the background, but just to be consistent on displaying of exhibits. Thank you. You may proceed.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 30. Do you know what this is?
Yes, this is the ATF report that I received regarding the DNA testing on the gun and cartridge casings. Or sorry, correction, cartridge case and cartridges.
Thank you. And is this in the same condition as it was when you received it?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd move the admission of Exhibit 30.
Mr.
No further objections, Your Honor.
All right. I note the standing objections, and as to publication, Mr. McBride.
Yes, Your Honor. This exhibit deals with DNA testing on the rifle and the cartridges. We would move to have it published at all 3 levels.
All right. So noting the standing objection by defense, I'm going to overrule that objection pursuant to Utah Rule of Evidence 1102. State's exhibits, and this is 30?
30.
State's Exhibit 30 is admitted into evidence and may be published on screen in the courtroom and for the media camera.
I want to ask you a little bit about the format because it may be helpful to understand here. But on page 1 under the exhibits, we have here a list of items that were sent in for testing and comparison. Is that right?
Yes.
And throughout the report refers to the items compared by the lab number. Is that right?
Yes.
So if we can scroll down just to the bottom of this first page, and here in the DNA analysis section, again, we see that the report or the author refers to the items by their exhibits numbers, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if we can go to page 2, and same question here. The exhibit number on the left, if we want to know what exhibit number that is, we have to refer back to page 1 for the description, right?
Yes.
Okay. And let's keep going to page 3. If we can just scroll through page 3, 4, and land on page 5. Actually, pause right there, if you will. This is page 4. There's a description section here as well. And that description talks about where the swabbing that's used to compare what was swabbed for the comparison. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to page 5. So as we look at this first paragraph here under statistical analysis, let's see if you have this notated or no. Exhibits 1.1 and 1.4. Do you know what that is referring to?
Yeah, they're referring to 1.1 is swabs of the stock and grips of the rifle, and then 1.4 is swabs of the bolt of the rifle with possible ridge detail and or smudging.
Okay. Will you read paragraph D?
Yes. The DNA profiles are at least 1 trillion times more likely if they originated from Tyler Robinson, Exhibit 7.1, as a contributor to the major components and 3 unrelated unknown individuals than if they originated from 4 unrelated unknown individuals.
And again, that's swabs of the grips and the bolt. Stock and grips and bolt, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Number 2, calculation number 2. Where is this swab taken from?
Exhibit 1.2 would be swabs of the butt plate of the rifle.
And will you read paragraph D here?
The DNA profile is at least 1 trillion times more likely if it originated from Tyler Robinson as a major component and 4 unrelated unknown individuals than if it originated from 5 unrelated unknown individuals.
Looking at calculation number 3, exhibit 1.3, what areas were swabbed for this comparison?
1.3 is swabs of the trigger and trigger guard of the rifle with possible ridge detail and or smudging.
We read paragraph D.
The DNA profile is at least 1 trillion times more likely if it originated from Tyler Robinson as a major component and 3 unrelated unknown individuals than if it originated from 4 unrelated unknown individuals.
If we can go to page 6. Calculation number 4, exhibits 1.5 and 5.1. What are
What-
those?
Sorry. 1.5 are swabs of the forend of the rifle, and 5.1 is swabs of one 30-06 cartridge
And again, that cartridge came from where?
from the firearm.
Will you read paragraph D?
The DNA profiles are at least 1 trillion times more likely if they originated from Tyler Robinson as the major components and 2 unrelated unknown individuals than if they originated from 3 unrelated unknown individuals.
All right, let's look at calculation number 5, 1.6 and 3.1. What are those?
1.6 is swabs of the barrel of the rifle with possible ridge, detail, and or smudging, and 3.1 is swabs of one 30-06 cartridge
And that 30-06 cartridge came from where?
from the firearm.
Will you read paragraph D?
The DNA profiles are at least 1 trillion times more likely if they originated from Tyler Robinson as a contributor to the major components and 2 unrelated unknown individuals than if they originated from 3 unrelated unknown individuals.
Okay, statistical analysis calculation number 6, exhibit 1.9. Where is that from?
1.9 is the swabs of possible ridge, detail, and or smudging on the optical accessory of the rifle.
Is that a scope?
Yes.
Will you read paragraph D?
The DNA profile is 6.28 billion times more likely if it originated from Tyler Robinson as a contributor to the major component and 3 unrelated unknown individuals than if it originated from 4 unrelated unknown individuals.
Okay. On number 7, I'm not going to read that. I think we've gone through this enough. That's the last one in this report. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. We can go to exhibit 32. 31 was previously received. And just display this on the screen of the witness, please. I think it might display on the gallery video. Okay. All right, thank you. Can you see exhibit 32 on your screen, Agent Faumuina?
Yes.
What is this?
This is an ATF report that I received in relation to the gun as well as cartridge case and cartridges.
And is this report in the same condition as it was when you received it?
Yes.
I move the admission of State's Exhibit 32.
So question for you, was this the report that was previously disclosed in one of the early motions?
Yes.
All right. All right. To Mr. Burtz.
No further objections, Your Honor.
All right. And for publication level?
All 3 levels.
All right. As it relates to State's Exhibit 32, is accepted into evidence, may be published in the gallery as well as electronic. The media camera can capture it. And I note that this has been previously disclosed publicly from an earlier filing, I believe from either late last year or early this year. So for those reasons, it's accepted into evidence and may be published at all levels.
Your Honor, it's 2:30. I probably have 10 more minutes. Would you like to take a recess now or after I finish?
Let's just do the 10 minutes.
All right, Exhibit 32 is in front of you. And what was being analyzed in this test?
What was being analyzed would have been the cartridge case as well as the bullet fragment and the lead fragments that were recovered from Mr. Kirk at autopsy.
Right. Same question on structure of the exhibit. The lab numbers and agency numbers are listed here on the first page, right?
Yes.
And if you want to know what the report is talking about, you have to refer back to there, right?
Yes.
All right, I want to have you read, if you can scroll down to the bottom of page 1. Thank you. I would ask you to read the second line under results of examination.
Yes. The Exhibit 1 rifle was test fired and found to be in operable condition. The test fires were designated as Exhibit 1.11.
And again, Exhibit 1 rifle is what?
Is the one that we found on campus.
Okay. Exhibit 2 If you'll look at the next, skip the next line and then go to the Exhibit 2 cartridge case, will you read that sentence?
Yes. The Exhibit 2 cartridge case was identified as having been fired in the Exhibit 1 rifle.
Okay, now I want to jump back up to the top where it lists the exhibits. 2 through 5, will you explain what those are and where they came from?
Yes. That would be the items we found in the gun on scene. And this was the gun that was found in the wooded area.
And so the cartridge case is the round that had been, is the case that had been fired.
Yes.
Okay, so that's number 2. All right. I can't remember. Did we already read that line? Exhibit 2 cartridge case?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Will you also look at or read the last paragraph on this page?
Yes. The Exhibit 2 cartridge case and Exhibit 3 through 5 cartridges were examined for the presence of comparable tool marks. Tool marks were located on the exterior of the Exhibit 2 cartridge case and Exhibit 3 cartridges, in parentheses, scribe marks, that are consistent with being produced by engravings and or rotary cutting tips commonly found.
Let's scroll down, please, Kimberly.
Installed in handheld rotary tools, such as a Dremel tool. These tool marks contain marks of value for comparison if a suspect tool is located.
Okay. I'd ask to scroll back up to show the exhibit list. Number 6. What is Exhibit 6?
Exhibit 6 is the bullet fragment, the bullet jacket fragment, as well as some other fragments that were recovered from Mr. Kirk at the time of autopsy.
Thank you. Going back to page 2, will you read the first full paragraph there, beginning with Exhibit 6?
Yes. Exhibit 6 consists of one .30 caliber class deformed damaged bullet jacket fragment and 4 lead fragments.
Will you read the next paragraph as well?
The Exhibit 6A bullet jacket fragment could not be identified or excluded as having been fired from the Exhibit 1 rifle based on an agreement of all discernible class characteristics and neither sufficient agreement nor sufficient disagreement of individual characteristics. The results of the comparison was inconclusive.
And if you'll look at the line starting with the Exhibit 6B through 6E, will you read that sentence as well?
The Exhibit 6B through 6E lead fragments are not suitable for microscopic comparison.
Thank you. We can take Exhibit 32 down. Exhibit 33, if we can show that just to the witness, please. You recognize Exhibit 33?
Yes.
What is that?
This is an ATF biology report on the Dremel tool as well as the cartridge cases that were found on top of the safe in Tyler's home.
Did you receive this from the ATF in response to your request for testing?
Yes, I did.
I move the admission of State's Exhibit 33.
No further objections, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Burtz. Noting the standing objections by defense and level of publication, Mr. McBride.
All three levels.
Court overrules the standing objections and states Exhibit 33 is admitted into evidence and may be published in the courtroom as well as captured by the media camera.
What was being tested here?
The Dremel tool, the bits container, as well as the cartridges and cartridge casings we found in Tyler's home.
And up in the top right, it says forensic biology. Is this DNA testing?
Yes, it is.
Okay, format of this is the same as the other report that we already looked at, right?
Yes.
Let's jump to page 4. Calculation number 1. It mentions here Exhibit 15.1. Do you know where that swab is from?
Yep, it is swabs of the buttons of the Dremel tool.
And will you read paragraph D?
Yes, the DNA profile is at least 1 trillion times more likely if it originated from Tyler Robinson as a contributor to the major component and 2 unrelated unknown individuals than if it originated from 3 unrelated unknown individuals.
We also read paragraph E.
The probability of an unrelated individual in the population who has not contributed DNA to this sample yielding this level of support is less than 1 in 1 trillion.
Thank you. I'm not going to ask you to read those paragraphs for the rest of the statistical calculations, but I will ask you to go through and identify where the swabbing came from. Exhibit 15.3, which is calculation number 2, where's that swab from?
As swabs of the cord of the Dremel tool,
Exhibit 15.5,
that would be swabs of the longest metal bit of the tool.
going on to page 5. Calculation number 4, exhibit 15.6,
15.6 is swabs of the shortest metal bit.
and calculation number 5, at 18.1.
This is swabs of 1 etched 30-06 cartridge case
What is that? Where did that come from?
that come from on top of the safe.
Okay. Is that the one that had the etching test shot?
Yes.
Will you read the paragraph D as it relates to the test shot swab?
Yes. The DNA profile is at least 1 trillion times more likely if it originated from Tyler Robinson as a major component and 2 unrelated unknown individuals than if it originated from 3 unrelated unknown individuals.
Thank you. We can take exhibit 33 down. The final report is 34, if we can publish that just to the witness. What is State's Exhibit 34?
This is an ATF report I received that was comparing tool marks.
And is this, I move the admission of Plaintiff's Exhibit 34 and publication at all 3 levels.
Mr. Burt?
No further objections.
All right. And, all right, so State's Exhibit 34 is admitted. The objections, the standing objections by defense are overruled. They may be published in the courtroom and captured by the media camera.
Okay, looking at the exhibits, might have to go back and forth here, but let's go to page 2. And will you read the paragraph that starts with Exhibit 18 consists?
Yes. Exhibit 18 consists of 5 30-06 Springfield caliber fired cartridge cases, designated Exhibits 18A through 18E, and 15 45 auto caliber unfired cartridges, designated Exhibits 18F through 18T.
Okay. 18A, do you know what 18A is?
Yes, this would have been the 30-06 cartridge case with the engravings test shot on it.
Okay. Will you read the paragraph beginning with the Exhibit 18A?
The Exhibit 18A cartridge case was examined for the presence of comparable tool marks. Numerous sets of tool marks were located on the exterior of the Exhibit 18A cartridge case that are consistent with being produced by engravings and or rotary cutting tips commonly found installed in handheld rotary tools such as a Dremel tool. These tool marks contain marks of value for comparison.
Okay. The next paragraph I asked you to read is the one that starts with Exhibit 16. But first I want to ask you, do you know what Exhibit 16 is?
I do not, off the top of my head.
Okay. 18, it also says Exhibit 18A through 18E. Do you know what those are?
18A through 18E would be the cartridge cases that were found on top of the safe.
Okay. If you'll read paragraph, or that paragraph.
Which one again, sorry?
The one starting Exhibit 16 and.
Yes. The Exhibit 16 and Exhibit 18A through 18E cartridge cases were identified as having been fired in the Exhibit 1 rifle.
Okay, let's now jump to the paragraph beginning, the test tool marks. Kimberly, if you could scroll down. Will you please, well, first off, 15A and 15B, do you know what those are?
Yes, those would be the longest metal bit and then the shortest metal bit.
Okay, if you would read, okay, and then also Exhibits 2, the Exhibit 2 cartridge case, what is that?
This would have been the cartridge case that was found in the gun.
And Exhibits 3, 4, and 5 cartridges?
They were the ones also found in the gun.
And Exhibit 18A?
Is the one that was found on the safe.
Okay, if you'll read the first bullet point there, the Exhibit 15A.
Yes. The Exhibit 15A engraving cutter was identified as having made tool marks located on the Exhibit 2 cartridge case, Exhibit 3 through 5 cartridges, and Exhibit 18A cartridge case.
And will you, Your Honor, I want to, before I ask to enter my final line of questioning, I would like to show the witness Exhibit 12.1, and this is the video, the UVU surveillance video. Let's see, I think it's 12.4 was the surveillance video actually that was approved for publication.
That's correct. That's the
And-
unmarked, non-zoomed version, correct?
Is that correct? Yes.
Yes, that's the one that, yes.
And just for now, let's do this on the witness's screen. .4, and I'll ask you to jump to the 804 mark. Okay. I'd move to publish, we intend to play about 10 seconds of this video. I'd move to publish that at all 3 levels.
Mr. Burt?
I'm not sure what the relevance is at this point, so it's hard to object or not. I would ask for a proffer as to what it's showing, because
Prof.
it's not apparent from the exhibit.
Understood. Proffer is, there's been testimony about about prints being found on the glass window of this building. This exhibit demonstrates the suspect's behavior in that area.
All right. Anything further?
With that, I don't have any further objections.
All right, so it may be published, this is already admitted, and it may be published at all levels.
Okay, before you pause, before you hit play here, Sergeant Faumuina, do you see what's on the screen in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Can you see the suspect in this image?
Yes.
Will you describe where that suspect is?
He's on the rooftop, let's say on the gravel part, and this would have been close to the northeast side of that building.
Timestamp is 12:23:47 p.m., is that right?
Yes.
And that portion of the image that we see there, the video, is the top portion of the image slightly to the left of center, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, we're at 8:01. Kimberly, will you please hit play there? Let's go ahead and pause it. Pausing it at 8:20. Were you able to determine if the suspect touched the glass when he dropped from the roof?
Not at the time when we first saw the video, no.
Okay. Were you later able to make any determination on that?
Yes, because the video we had was pretty grainy at the time at the command post, and it wasn't until we're actually able to get the footage directly from UVU.
And when you actually got that footage, could you zoom in and get a better picture?
Yes.
And were you able to determine at that time whether the suspect touched the window?
Yes.
What was your determination?
We determined that he was not, or he did not touch it.
Thank you. Nothing else?